Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Billionaire Habit Series. Good to see you guys. Welcome and thank all of you who have been following me up since I started this series. A big God bless you. All of you who have been sharing, every, every time. I've had some people share this video over 100 times in even a single broadcast. God will honor you. I'm, sincerely grateful to you guys for doing that. I mean, that means a lot to me. So welcome today, and hopefully we're gonna have a great time together. By the way, I want to be sure that you know, this broadcast is working well and clear, and you all can hear me very well. Okay, so if you can see me, you can hear me. Can you tell me your name and the city of the world that you're joining me from? Okay, your name and the city of the world that you're joining me from. I'm waiting, guys. Come on, who is here? Okay, your name and the city of the world that you're joining from. Let me see. Woo. Come on, let's do this. I'm ready. I'm excited about today's show. It's going to be a great show. I can assure you we're going to have a wonderful time. So tell me your name. Tell me the city of the world you're joining me from. And let's have today's show. So I will be wrapping up the Billionaire Habit series. The Billionaire Habit series like a sequel to the Billionaire Habit itself. But there were so many habits that I needed to emphasize that I just felt that, you know what, I kind of needed to kind of branch out and take my time to share this. So Olajide Pelumi from Pretoria, SA, Adiola from Abeokuta. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Who else is here? And please, as you're joining me, share this video as many times as you can. Johnson from Indonesia. Good to see you, Johnson. Thank you for joining. Joseph from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you for joining, Joseph. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for being part of today's show. As you're joining, please share this video at least 50 times. Yes, you heard me, 50. Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn. A lot of groups where many of you join and they don't talk something tangible. All that people just rant, and that ranting is not going to add a dime to any one of you's pocket. You're not learning anything from it, but many of you just love to be in the wrong group just because it's exciting to just hear people complain. Why not listen to what can change my life, change your life, and we all can be better people? I have Gideon from Uyo. Good to see you, Gideon. Wale from Lagos. I have Derek from Dubai. I have a lot of Dubai people here. Good to see you. Dubai is here. I have Israel from I guess you want to say Abdul from Israel. Wow, good to see Israel here. Thank you for joining us. I have Saminu Danzaria from Abuja. Yeah, Jin Daddy Danzaria. Yeah, Komi, everything. Okay, so you're all welcome to another episode of the Billionaire Habits. Now, your habit determines your decision. Your decision determines your destiny. Let me repeat that again. Your habit determines your decision, and your decision determines your destiny. So when we talk about billionaire habits, we're saying, what are the habits billionaires take and do that has helped shape their decisions and has, of course, determined their destiny of becoming a billionaire? Now, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Stephen Akintayo. I'm Africa's most sought after investment coach and serial entrepreneur. I started our business 13 years ago, okay, with about $10, and I've grown to multi-million dollar corporation and multi-million dollar corporation. We have office in Nigeria, in US, in UK, and in Dubai. And God has helped me. I was born poor. My mother was a civil servant. My father's business had collapsed before I was even born. And I had to use some of what I'm teaching you to move to where I am today. I learned a lot of them from other great mentors who were able to teach. And some of them, I discovered them on my own. And so today we've started this series. This is probably episode 9. Okay, and if you've missed the previous series, go to my YouTube channel at Stephen Actel TV on YouTube. You're going to see those other series. So we're going to do the final episode. I'm reaching you live from Maryland in the US. We're doing the final episode of the Billionaire Code. Can everybody help me type the Billionaire Code? Come on. Everybody. I want you to type the Billionaire Code. The Billionaire Code. So for those of you who have missed all the previous episode, go to at Stephen Actel TV on YouTube. You're going to see those episodes there. Okay, on YouTube. Just subscribe to that channel and you'll be able to watch those previous episodes on YouTube. Now, are you ready for me? The Billionaire Code. If you're ready, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on. This is the final episode of the Billionaire Code. Please share this video at least 50 times on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn, across all social media platforms, okay? Hit the share button. On your right-hand side, you're going to see Facebook party icon. Click on it and start inviting people. These are information that is changing people's life. We're teaching people how to build wealth. They don't teach how to make money in the university. They don't teach it. This is why many of you have masters, you have PhD, and you're not okay with where you are financially. You've not enjoyed financial freedom. And yet, there are people who didn't even go to school. Bill Gates had to drop out of school. And we can go on and on. Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of school. And these are the world billionaires today. Now, you have several degrees. You don't even have any money. Right? The reason is because they don't teach this in school. And it's worse for us who are Africans because Africa, there's so much negativity of even saying something is wrong with money. Like a lot of Africans were deceived into this mindset that money is bad. And you and I know that you can't do anything good without money. Two poor people can't help themselves. One must climb to the top before he can throw the rope to help the other person. If both of us are poor, and I'm sick and I need money for operation, who will pay the bills if both of us are poor? So the concept we have been teaching in Africa is the concept of embracing poverty, and it's not helping anybody. When you see crime, when you see so much crime in a society, it's because there's huge unemployment and poverty growing on in that society. Joseph Olubaji has shared to 100 groups. Wow! Thank you, Joseph. God bless you. God honor you. God will announce you this year. I'm grateful. By the way, you guys will be excited that my story debut on Fox News affiliate. Yes, Fox in the US on their affiliate network on their website. They featured my story. I'm going to show you the screenshot and you can go read the story. I've pasted it on this page. And we're going global, guys. We're going global, right? My story was featured on Fox. Let me just show you the screenshot of that story. I was so humbled, really, really humbled when I saw it. Guys, can you see on Fox 34? Do you see the story? How the title is How I Built Our Multi-Million-Dollar Empire with $10 in Nigeria. Okay, it's featured on Fox. Are you happy to hear about that? Come on, if you're happy for me, type I'm happy now. Come on, if you're excited, right? So we're making a change. We're turning things around. God has helped us. And I said to myself, I need to teach what has worked for me. We need more people to know this. And we're going to change lives together. So if you're ready, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on. If you're ready, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Share this video 50 times on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn. Come on, share. Number 1, code that I'm sharing today is called the money code. Can everybody type the money code? Okay, come on, type the money code. The money code, and this is very, very powerful. The money code, and for me, and I think this is a powerful stuff, right? The money code, as far as I'm concerned, is a code that is critical to understand. And if you really do not understand the money code, you will never make money. And this is what it says. Now, my definition of the money code. The money code says that money in itself is not what you use to make money, but the idea of confidence that you already have the money. Let me say that again. Money in itself is not what you use to make more money, but the confidence and the mindset that you already have the money, such that money is the last thing you think of when you are about to embark on a project. Let me repeat it again. So the money code simply says that money in itself is not what you use to make more money, but the confidence that you already have the money, and making money become the last thing you consider in implementing an idea that can help you generate more money. So this is where many people miss it, right? So you are poor right now. You want to become rich. You're trying to make more money, and you come up with an idea of starting a business. Now, many of you, and I want you to be sincere with me, how many of you, the money to use to start the business is the first thing that you are thinking of? If you agree, type me. How many of you, whenever you come up with an idea that can help you make money, the first thing that comes to your mind is the capital to execute the idea? Now, if you are like that, can you type me? Come on, talk to me. Type me. Okay? By the way, share this video 50 times, guys. Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. Share. Now, this money code says that you should do the reverse. That money should be the last thing you think of when you have a business idea. The last thing. So ask yourself, so let's assume I have all the money to execute this business idea. What will I need? Because this is where people miss it. You start thinking money. And this, sometimes you even not get the money. And before you not even got the money, maybe a loan, maybe something, only to discover that there were other critical and sometimes most important things that you needed to execute that project that you didn't even have. And this is how people run into debt. Because you see, let me give you a typical example. You want to start a property, right? You want to build a house, right? Let's say the house is a 20-story building, and you have an idea, a very beautiful idea of what the house will be, what it will do. And then you knew that you need $1 million. And then you carry this mentality of, yes, it's the money I need first. You go about, whether you took a loan, whether you pitched to people who know you and trusted you, and they used your credibility. They gave you $1 million. You have 1 year to pay them back. Suddenly, now you have $1 million in your bank. Suddenly you realize that you don't even have an architect who is skillful in being able to design a 20-story building. Suddenly you discover you do not have a skillful contractor who is skillful enough to execute that project. Suddenly you discover, are you seeing now, that you do not even have the land that is suitable for locating that project. Before you know it, now, by the time you want to start getting all these things, and remember, these are just things that do not necessarily require money. You don't require money to agree and sign an agreement that somebody is going to design the project. You don't need money to agree that somebody is going to be the contractor to do the project. This is when it's time for implementation that the contractor needs money, that the architect needs money. But the period of just even agreeing that you will be the ones to execute this project from me, those are the first critical things. Let me give you a story. A lady walked up to me. She wanted to do a movie, right? A movie. And, of course, she asked for a smaller amount. I sat there down because she had credibility in the industry. And I told her, I said, the kind of movie I want to sponsor is the movie that is going to be the best. Okay? The best-selling movie. That's the kind of movie I, Stephen Akita, want to sponsor. Anything outside that, I'm not sure I want to sponsor such. So, she said, okay, yeah, why not? I could do that. I know everybody. I said, I know you know everybody. The question now is, have you been able to get this caliber of people Who can do such movie? Can I shock you? The lady doesn't have. If I gave her 3 months to go and assemble this, 3 weeks to go and assemble this, we said the time is too short. This is where we miss it. Now, if not that I really liked her, that deal is off. That deal is off. If you agree, type I agree. By the way, are you learning? If you're learning, type I'm learning, I'm learning, I'm learning. Please, please, if you're learning, type I'm learning. I love an interactive class. I love when you're engaging me at a higher level. Please share this video 50 times on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. Let's get everybody in here. Okay? So share, share, share. I want to thank that Joseph Olubaji for sharing into 100 groups. God will honor you, my brother. I'm grateful. Who else has shared this video 50 times? Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn. On your right-hand side, click on the Facebook party icon and share. Let me say this. Why are we doing this? Why am I coming out to share what has worked for me for over 13 years? I'm sharing because I want to raise 10 million millionaires, particularly of African region, of African descent, who can bring Africa out of, I'm tired of war, of wickedness, of lack in Africa. And it's because in reality, we were not taught how to keep money in generations. There are some generations in America that this is the 7th generation and they've never been poor. John D. Rockefeller is in the 5th generation and nobody is poor. We were not taught that way. Some of us, our 5th generation were slaves. Our 7th generation were slaves. They never understood the concept of wealth creation. And unfortunately, we ourselves are growing up and we're not learning it. When you even see somebody who is rich, you even hate them for being rich. You don't even know whether they made it legitimately. You just hate them. And yet you do not like that you're poor. We must change Africans. We must change our mind. Wealth begins with the mind. This is where the miracle needs to happen. Your mind. Renewing your mind. And please share this video 50 times for me. I want this to go viral. I want to add a whole lot of people whose life is going to change. Right? So, if you're enjoying this class, type I'm enjoying it, I'm enjoying it. So, the money code, and this is where people miss it. You do not start with, I need money for anything. Money is the last thing. Now, let me ask you guys a question. How many of you agree with me that if that lady said to me, here is the director that directed one of the top 10 selling movies in Nigeria, and I've gotten an agreement that he's going to direct this movie. Forget the money. But he has agreed that as long as I pay him his fee, he's going to direct it. Can you imagine if the lady has told me these are top 10 A-list actors and actresses in Nigeria, they have agreed to feature in my movie. Now, imagine she's told me this is the best production company that shot the top 10 movie in Nigeria, and they've all agreed to release their production equipment for my movie. How many of you agree with me that, because I have the money to sponsor a movie, that I will have written her a check immediately? If you agree, type I agree. But you know where she missed it? The first step she was trying to make was to look for the money. Now she's in face-to-face with me that have the money, but she hasn't presented what I wanted. I even asked, I said, hey, tell me how I'm going to make my money back. She couldn't even tell me that either. So many times, many of us are moving and we're angry, we're worried about how life is not fair on us, how we've not been privileged, how we, things. And what you do not know is that you haven't figured out the money code. You are still working, your mindset is still against how money is made. You do not make money essentially with money. You make money by having the confidence that the money is already there. What you need is the people, the resources, right? And every other thing that is important in executing the idea. that you want to get all those things first. And like I said, unfortunately, many of us don't start there. We start with, hey, I want to get this, I want to get X, Y, Z, right? But that critical, important element, we're not even bothered about it yet. So at the end of the day, you see situations where people are not able to build real wealth, not because the money doesn't exist, but simply because they are not doing what is even most important, which is figure out sort out the game of what are the other ingredients that I need to make money. What is the value? What are the core, things that can help me aside the money factor? Come on, are you learning? If you're learning, type I'm learning. Another aspect of money code that I want to explain is also that everyone who is wealthy today did not make money when they had money in their account. I remember the story where Dangote, I don't know if you know Dangote. Dangote, if you know Dangote, type I know him, or if you've heard of him, type I've heard of Dangote, because I know some of you are not Africans or based in Nigeria, so you might not know Dangote. Now, Dangote is the richest black man in the world, but he's from Nigeria. I call him my uncle, right? He's some sort of my uncle. You don't need to ask why. Of course. Okay, so now Dangote is the richest black man in the world. The man said one day, he had to, because he was rated to be ex-rich, right? And because he wasn't really seeing this money, this money were not like they physically went through his hand. So one day he went to the bank and had to withdraw $10 million. True story. And brought it to his house and arranged everything on his bed. And said, okay, for real, I could withdraw this much. And then the next morning, he took the $10 million back to the bank. And, that it was then it dawned on him that indeed he had the money. So, one of the things many people do not know, you can see people like us and say he's a very rich man. We really do not play the cash game. What really happened is that mentally, we got to a point where we no longer, are moved by what was in our account. So I want to ask you a question. How many of you always feel sad each time your account goes red? You just emotionally, you're just down. Emotionally, you're just not happy. If you are in that category, can you just type me? Come on, guys, talk to me. How many of you? Can you just type me? Where you kind of, whenever you check your account balance and it's red, you just have this, you're just sad, you're just not happy, Something in you is just so, like, your mood just changes. If you be sincere, come on, guys, be honest with me. Can you just type me? Now, you have to figure how to overcome that, because that is the enemy here. When you are face to face, let me say this. I mentioned this under confidence code. Do you know that I can see a man, I didn't see his car, just walk into a room, and I can tell you if he's rich or not. I remember we had a training one time ago, and I invited one of my friends to the training. And I remember one of my other friends, who is of course a wealthy entrepreneur. And this my friend walked in, and during the break time, one other participant of the training was asking this my friend, who is a billionaire. He says, "Where do you work?" And my other friend, who has never met this other guy before, but he's an entrepreneur, he smiled. He said, "This guy does not work for nobody. I know a rich man when I see one." You know how? The confidence level. So you have to figure out how to work on yourself where you are no longer moved by what is in your account, but by your mind. Because I'm going to know a confident person when I see one. The way they talk, the way they carry themselves. And I don't care, you can come with a G-Wagon, you can be in a Rolls Royce. I know if you're a poor man. I will know. You can be in the... I remember an experience. Somebody came to my office and was literally bragging about this YZ. And one of my staff was like, hey, he's a big client. And I told the staff, I said, this person does not have money to pay. Okay? I said, this person does not have money to pay. This person cannot even afford what we sell. And I remember this say how? I said, you watch out. You're going to see. You watch out. This person cannot afford what we're selling. And can I shock you? At the end of the day, the person actually couldn't afford it. The person couldn't afford it. Right? And that's where the problem is. Peter Arinze Freedom says, yeah, I know him. He made his rich by federal government of Nigeria by not allowing others see the light of the day. People like Abeto Cement. Well, I don't know what you mean by that. But first of all, this is not a political program. Today, one of the things I'm going to be teaching you guys is the effectiveness code, right? Many of you have rendered yourself ineffective by unnecessary political arguments, unnecessarily judging people, unnecessarily analyzing other people's business when you have no clue who they are. You've never met Dangote. It's just what you read in newspaper. And you want to judge Dangote by that? That is not a billionaire's attitude. There's nobody in my life that I've judged by what I read in the papers. I want to meet you. I want to meet you one-on-one. That's the attitude. Because some of those God has used to change my life were people I never believed God could use. There were people I didn't even... My spiritual mentor today was one of those I used to castigate him and his congregation years ago. Like, I don't want to hear it. I felt they were all prosperity. I was from the SU background. And I was just like, no, these people, prosperity. And today, without meeting that person, I won't be here. Financially, I'm not going to be here. So this is one of the powerful things we need to begin to learn. Africans are just all... Let me say this. I have met several billionaires. I'm yet to meet a single billionaire that is a gossiper. Because what you just did now is gossip. We do not have the luxury of gossip. Oh, he made his money from this. Oh, he did this. Oh, this was what... We don't have that luxury. Oga, I don't have the luxury of gossiping about nobody. I just don't have that luxury. I can't afford it. I mean, of what benefit is that to me? Right? So, guys, are you learning? If you're a learning type, I'm learning. Come on, guys. If you're a learning type, I'm learning. So, we're talking about the money code. For example, see the mindset, the prejudice. And this is very important that I emphasize what this guy just said. Look at the prejudices that people carry in their minds. One day, this, my friend, is going to meet Dangote. Right? He's going to meet Dangote. And the man probably could invest in his business, but he's already carrying a wrong mindset around. Okay? He's already carrying a wrong mindset around about Dangote. And you have no business with that. You don't know the man. You've never met him. I remember somebody once wrote on my page. Because this is our mindset we need to get out if we're going to build wealth. Take it out. One day somebody commented on my page. He said, I've never met Stephen Akintayo, but I don't know why I don't like him. Now, that's the way poor people talk. I am yet to meet a rich man that has ever said that to me. I have not met one. I'm yet to meet a billionaire I've never met a single billionaire that said to me, you know what, I have heard of Warren Buffett, but I don't like him. I've never met him, but I don't like him. I've never heard one. Of course, many of them, if they have done direct business, okay, direct business together, and something when they could say it, but not that they just sit somewhere and say, you know what, I don't like this person. No, don't do that. We don't do that. Okay? So, under the Millionaire Code, you need to understand that one of the powerful principles of millionaires or billionaires is that they do not allow money to determine their vision plans, their vision goals, their aspiration and the things that they want to do. Okay, are you ready for number 2? If you're ready for number 2, type, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on, guys. Talk to me. If you're ready for number 2, type, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on, let's do this. If you're ready for number 2 code, type, I'm ready, I'm ready. Number 2 code is called expenditure code. Now, expenditure code is a powerful code that billionaires use. And what is that? Billionaires do not unproductively spend any money that is first, second generation. Billionaires do not emotionally spend any money that is still in its first and secondary generation. I'm going to explain what I mean by first and secondary generation. There's something we call active income. Can everybody type active income? Come on, everybody, type active income. And I want you to also type expenditure code. Come on, everybody, type expenditure code. Expenditure code, type it. Secondly, I want you to type active income. Active income, type active income. Now, one of the powerful principles I learned about most billionaires is let me tell you what an active income is, first of all. An active income is the direct money that comes to you from something you've done. Like your salary is your active income. If you're a speaker, the money they give you for speaking is an active income, right? If you are a motivational, if you're an author of a book and you did a book, and you are earning from that book, that's your active income. Active income is something that comes directly to you as a result of something you just did, right? Active income. Now, that money is your first generation. Billionaires believe that is a seed. Can everybody type seed? You must not touch it. It's a untouchable money. Non-touchable. Don't touch it. You never touch it. No matter how much it is. That money is a seed. You need to plant it again. Yes, you need to plant it again. In other words, you need to invest it or you need to put it back into the business. I've been running business for the last 13 years. I am yet to withdraw profit in the last 13 years from our business. As we make money, we keep putting the money back. We keep putting it back. We keep putting it back. So you're wondering why we're where we are today. We keep putting the money back. We keep putting it back. These are secrets of billionaires. So when you put it back, then it comes back, of course, with more money. That is the first generation money. Then you put it back. It comes back with more money. That's the second generation money. Now, when it comes to the third generation, you can spend it anyhow. You know why? You already have 2 generations that will keep bringing money. So, and I'll give a practical example. Let's say you bought a land in Ibejuleki from GTEX Homes. Hey, that's the company I run, right? You bought a land in Ibejuleki, GTEX Homes, or you bought a land from GTEX Homes in the US or in Dubai, or you bought a property, right? So there are a couple of options. First thing, you leave the land. You have the option of leaving the land for another, let's say, 5 years. And the value of that land had grown by 300%. That is your first generation. First generation. Now, billionaires do not spend that 300%. Here's what they're going to do. They will sell half of the land, use that profit to build a house on that land. Do you see now? Now, what will they then do? They rent the house out. They're not going to live in it. Now, the money, the rent that comes becomes the second generation. When they are earning rent from that property, that's the second generation. Okay? So, you see how this thing works. Now, from the third generation, let's say they then were able to still collect those rents and use it to buy another property, build another house, rent it out again. The money that comes from there now becomes the third generation. You see now, that third generation, they can be emotional about it. Now that money, they can decide to say, oh, who do I want to help? My mother. You know what? I'm going to go to my village and build my mother the best house and buy her a luxurious car. Oh, who do I want to help? A lot of these my cousins that have been hating me that I'm too rich and I don't help them. You know what? I'm going to take all their children to school. Right? I'm going to, take care of this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Now, they can be emotional and sentimental about the third generation. Let me tell you why many of you watching me are poor. You are poor not because you have not made money before. You are poor because you always spend your active income. You always spend the first generation and the second generation also. Rather than investing it. You are not permitted. It's the third generation you can now begin to be magnanimous and emotional and be, I want to help this person. I want to do this. This is the reason why all the billionaires in the world, okay, all of them, let me give you an example. Warren Buffett became the richest man in the world. Until he became the richest man in the world, he didn't give half of his money away. The question was, why didn't he give half of his money away when he started wealth? Jeff Bezos, same thing. Jeff Bezos did not start doing heavy donation until he became the richest man in the world. And I'm going to be teaching you a lot more about this during the game, the billionaire game. Okay? Because these people understand the concept that I need to build this whole thing into a system where I am not having consistent. You know why they can be emotional with the second generation? Even if the person they gave the third generation money to waste that money, it doesn't matter. Even if they waste the third generation, it doesn't matter. They already have first generation, second generation that will continue to bring money. Come on, are you excited? If you're excited about this class type, I'm excited. I'm Dr. Stephen Akita, Africa's most sought after investment coach, serial entrepreneur. I started a business with $10, grown into multi-million-dollar corporation with office in Nigeria, Dubai, US, and the UK. We're multi-billion Nigerian naira real estate company, and God has been faithful. And I'm sharing with you what has helped me to get to where I am today, because I'm trying to raise 10 million millionaires, particularly of African descent. You can do me a favor, right? I want you to share this video with more people. It's not fair that we only have 200 and something watching. I want us to have 1,000 people watching. The reason I'm doing this for free, how many of you agree with me that I should charge for this? That this is supposed to be charged for? That you don't get this kind of quality information for free? If you agree, just type, I agree, I agree. So why am I doing it free? I want to reach 10 million Africans who will become millionaires because their minds are renewed, their mindsets are renewed, their mentality is changed. They are seeing money in another way because they don't teach money in the university. I am going to be the first person who will be creating a university that will teach money. I'm going to be the first person. And I believe God is going to help me. It's one of the reasons why I'm in real estate. I'm going to be building the first university that will be teaching money. That money must be part of the curriculum you study, no matter the course you're studying. You must study money. Money literally will be a course. And if you don't pass money course in my university, you can't graduate. We're not giving you a degree. Right? Because the reason for poverty in Africa is because people just don't understand the concept of money. Money is mythical to an average African. In fact, on Facebook Live, this was not hidden. This was not private. I was teaching on how to connect with billionaires. Somebody once said to me that how do you know a billionaire that is not diabolical, that didn't make his money from rituals? I put my hand on my head like this. So is Bill Gates a ritualist? Is Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, a ritualist? Is Elon Musk a ritualist? So why is it that as soon as we said a billionaire, the first thing that came to your mind is that there must be some voodoo about that whole process? That tells you of how backwards our minds are working. That's how backward is working. And it's because we're not educating our people. We're not teaching them. We're not helping them to understand money. Some people still feel this whole money matter is just some luck, some destiny, some, who knows if, it may be. Listen to me. You can be rich if you want to. My father was, as his business had collapsed before I was born. My mother was a civil servant. There was no guarantee of a 3 square meal in the house I grew up in. I saw water closet at the age of 13. It was an excursion. Seeing a house that you could flush your when you go to toilet. I didn't see it until I was age 13. I was born in the northern part of Nigeria. I made my billions in naira in the same Nigeria. You can make it no matter what's going on. The darker the environment, the brighter your light shine. But it's up to you. It's a choice. Even if they swear for you, let me say it in a local dialect. May we believe, say they even swear for you from your village. Say you no go make am. Your story no fit was past Jabez. If you cry to God like Jabez do for Bible, Jabez look at God, say, God, this thing no correct. I was born in sorrow. My mother name is sorrow. Everybody said I will never make it, but Jabez cried out to God and his story changed. Your story couldn't be worse than Job in the Bible. It can't be. Can't be. So the beginning is the mind. And that's why I'm saying share this video. Thank you, Malcolm X, for sharing this. Malcolm, thank you for sharing this 49 times. God bless you. I'm honored. I'm really, really honored. Thank you for doing this for me. I appreciate this. We want to hit 10 million people being impacted, understanding money, understanding how to be wealthy. So, number 2 is expenditure code. Billionaires do not spend their first generation. They don't spend second generation. It's the third generation. That's why when you then see a billionaire buy a private jet, you are angry, but that is a third generation income. When you see a billionaire buy a Rolls Royce, you are angry. That's a third generation income. Some is the 5th generation income. When you see a billionaire buy house in Banana Island, right? Or he buys his US house, mansion, his UK house, mansion, a billionaire. That is the 3rd generation. But guess what? Many artists begin to copy those people without understanding the principles of the game. So you see a lot of celebrities buying houses with their active income. When you earn £150,000 per week playing for Manchester or Arsenal, you as a footballer, as a superstar, you are not supposed to spend that money. That money you're supposed to invest it. This is the secret of Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather invested a lot of his money into real estate. He doesn't teach all these things. He doesn't tell anybody. And in fact, I watched one of his podcasts where somebody said, but why were you not teaching this? Why do you just show off your wealth? You know, he said, hey, the food meant for children are not meant for dogs. I watched Floyd Mayweather say that. That I'm not supposed to come on social media and be telling people what I did and the secrets to how I'm able to even have more money. But many of them are supposed to find a way. I figure it out, they should figure it out too. But if you see Floyd Mayweather private jet, bling bling, it was not just from his active income. The guy was smart to invest that money. And so the luxury you see around billionaires is not from the 1st generation. It's not from the 2nd generation. It's from latter generation. So at the end of the day, you admire them, you wish to be like them, but you are not practicing their principle. This is the reason why you see a lot of football artists eventually become poorer in their latter years. You know why? When they were making active income, they were not investing. This is why you see a lot of senior servants. They work in an organization, they were in top position. When they were having active income, they were not investing it. So once they grew older, the money stopped coming. They did not create a system that continued to bring money. Come on, are you excited? If you're excited, type I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. Come on, talk to me. If you're excited, type I'm excited, I'm excited. This video, we always communicate, we interact, we engage, we're all talking together, actively, partnering with me to make this show great. And the more you talk, the more excited I am to share more. I would like you to share this video 50 times on Facebook or WhatsApp or LinkedIn, across all social media platform. Keep sharing, share. Get everybody in here. So number 2 is the expenditure code. Billionaires do not spend their active income. They don't spend the first generation. They don't spend the second generation. It's when they get to the third generation. Now they can relax. They can do anything they want to do with it. Okay, come on. This is why you will be shocked that many of them live this luxury life, yet they are not poor. The fact that they live, and this is why when we teach about being prudent, those prudency conversation and trainings is in phases. There's a phase of your life that you have no business wearing Rolex. But there's another phase of your life where a Rolex is nothing to you. So you need to understand how this thing works. There's a phase of my life where I cannot afford to stay in an hotel. Okay? But I'm at the phase of my life where today, anywhere in the world I go to, I lodge in the best hotel. It has to be a 5-star hotel. Right? It's a phase. It's a phase. Now, if you don't understand those things, you will just misconstrue this entire thing because you don't even know where are you. Are you only still earning from your active income? Are you on your first generation income? Are you on the second generation income? Are you on the third generation income? This is how you structure your life. Okay, come on, guys. If you are blessed, type I'm blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Are you now ready for number 3? Okay? If you're ready for number 3, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on. If you're ready for number 3, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Number 3 is called the effectiveness code. Can you type the effectiveness code? Come on, everybody. Type the effectiveness code. Effectiveness code. I want you to understand that life is in phases. Men are in sizes. You leave your size per time. Right? Let me say that again. Life is in phases. Men are in sizes. You leave your size per time. The effectiveness code is a powerful code that most people do not understand with a lot of great billionaires. Let me give you an example. One of my effectiveness code is that I don't pick calls. Can everybody type effectiveness code? I want you to type it. Effectiveness code. One of my effectiveness code is that I don't pick calls. Calls distract me a lot, so I don't pick calls. So, and a lot of people don't know this, and it's important that you discover this for yourself, one, and that you educate people around you to know who you are. Discover it for yourself, then educate people around you to understand that aspect of you. I do not pick calls. I don't like picking calls. Even with my wife, she will tell you. My wife takes permission literally before we do voice call or we do video calls. Because I'm often in a meeting, I'm reading a book, I'm trying to strategize something. You calling me is distracting me totally from the great project I'm trying to achieve. Is too distracting and diversionary. Okay? Yours may not be calls. Yours may be something else. But discover your effectiveness code. I have discovered that a lot of billionaires, I've just discovered, they know how to be effective. Some billionaires are effective just being alone. One of my effectiveness code is once in a week, I must be alone to myself. No wife, no child, just me alone. Being able to step back from my business and I begin to meditate. Entire day spent meditating. I check each of our business. What is wrong here? How do we fix this? How do we make this better? How do we make this work? And I begin to fix things, right? I spend at least once a week, 1 day in a week doing that. Sometimes twice a week if I have a lot of work, a lot of projects we're on. I step out of the entire business and I'm just looking from outside. Almost like I'm not the owner of the business. But to do that, I just need to be alone. In fact, this was said of Bill Gates that literally one day he was accusing his mother. Don't you think? Don't you think? Because he loved to just be alone and just meditating and strategizing and then being effective and and coming up with ideas and coding and coming up with how to change the world and all that crazy nonsense, right? But of course, that nonsense has made him a billionaire. So you need to understand your effectiveness code. Now, this is, let me also say this, that if you do not understand the effectiveness code of most billionaires, when you want to work with them, you think they are arrogant. How many of you feel rich people are arrogant? Come on, if you feel that way, type, I feel so, I feel so. If you don't feel that way, type, I don't feel so. How many of you feel that rich people are arrogant? They're just saucy. By the way, I read in the Bible, okay, that actually, rich people talk in a very arrogant way. I will remember that scripture and I'm going to post it, on my wall, today or tomorrow. It's even the Bible, is in the book of Proverbs, yeah? But what I've realized is this, and I'm going to shock you. I am yet to meet a proud billionaire. What I discover is their effectiveness code, right? That because most people don't understand their effectiveness code, you translate what helps them to be effective to pride. So let me give you an example. Imagine you're trying to access me, and then the answer I give to you is that I don't pick a call, chat me up. Immediately, many of you begin to feel that, and I call this low self-esteem, where you're not going to begin to feel, what does it feel like? In fact, is he God? How is he, why will he say I should chat him up? Can't he pick my call? Do you see? Now, sometimes somebody will say, hey, talk to my PA, right? And then you are feeling like, what does it mean by that? How will he say I should talk to his PA? You see, they are not God. They are not God. You know why you're doing that? You are actually analyzing that billionaire by your own schedule. How many staff do you have? How many work do you have? How many companies are you running? You don't have the kind of busy itinerary as that billionaire. Now you're already judging him because you don't even understand his itinerary. You don't even understand that he employed people to manage him so that he can be effective. I'm hosting Les Brown. How many of you saw me with Les Brown in Les Brown's house? He hosted me in his house. How many of you saw? Okay? Come on, guys, talk to me. How many of you saw me in Les Brown's house? Okay? How many of you saw me in Les Brown's house? So I was in Les Brown's house. Les Brown is, by the way, number one, speaker in the world. Is a top, if you don't know him, just Google Les Brown. He hosted me in his house, even prepared, and got them to prepare Nigerian food for me and all of that. It was a very VIP reception. Now, I'm hosting him to speak for us. Can I shock you that despite that we met one-on-one, had dinner, had lunch and all of that, and gisted, did video, do you know I still had to talk to his PA to finalize hosting Les Brown to speak for me? Despite meeting him koro, eating together koro, still needed to talk to his PA. Am I making sense at all? Does this make sense at all? Because if you do not, now, if you don't understand, now, for me, it wasn't a big deal because that's the same thing with me. You can see me one-on-one and you still want something from me, you still have to go through the system. I have put together a structure in my life. You go through my PA. Literally, some people will call my PA and say, I want to talk to your boss. I have $1 million idea. And I'm laughing, almost as if I'm lacking idea. Let me tell you this. My biggest problem right now is that I have too many ideas and I just only have 24 hours to execute all of them. So I do not have problem of ideas. So you are not going to, win the conversation talking to my PA and telling her I must talk to your boss because I have one super idea. My problem is I have too many ideas. You don't even get it. I'm building 200 estates, 25,000 houses. We're going to be the largest green and smart home in the entire continent of Africa and by extension the world. Do you know what my head is facing right now? So To think that, I have one idea, he should leave what he's doing and start talking to me. You're missing the point. Talk to the PA. Talk to the PA. Sort it out. Convince the PA that it makes sense that she should present that idea to her boss. And in some cases, in some organizations, it's not even me the idea needs to come to. Sometimes it's the director of operations. Sometimes the idea actually needed to go to the construction department if it's related to real estate. Sometimes the idea needs to go to the head of subsidiaries. So there's so many people in the entire chain of our company, right? So if you don't know that, you just sit down in your cocoon and you're analyzing based on your own small world and expecting that the person should pick my call now and start talking to me, when you do not understand that the person employed 300 staff to be doing his job because he can't do it alone. 300 staff. Because, so you don't get that, and this is why you now hate. You see a rich man, you just hate him. What's he thinking? Every single person I'm literally bringing on my next event, including Grand Cardone, I met them one-on-one. It wasn't like third party. Told them about the event, yet I still needed to talk to their PA and talk to their... And I understand that, because even with me, that's how it works. Seeing me does not guarantee, because I don't have the time to go through that 2 minutes we spend together, 1 minute to spend together. That's not how people make decisions. That's not how it has to go through. There are some things that must pass through the legal department first. One of our estates we just acquired in Abuja. Okay, I remember having, because the person sold it to us. I met him once in Port Harcourt, and we're having breakfast. We lodged in the same hotel, and he said he's been following me for years. And later again, we had meetings, we had all of these things. Now, even after having meeting with him to say we are going to buy it, can I shock you that it still took months for surveyor to work with his surveyor to measure the land, our lawyer to work with his lawyer to come up with the details of the agreement, right? Our head of process to work with his... Do you see the point now? Because it's a process. Now, this is why many people are not rich, because you don't have those effectiveness code. That you've not put any process, you've not put any structure. You've not even analyzed yourself to know how are you best effective. How do you provide a system that make you effective? This is why you now later come and say, life is not fair, because you don't even understand how this thing works. Are you learning, guys? Come on. If you're learning, type, I'm learning. Talk to me. Don't just look at me like that. Okay? Show some gratitude. Let me know how this has blessed your life, how this has added value to you, how you've learned from this, and how this is opening you up to the next level, right? Come on, talk to me. I want to know if this is changing your life. Can you type life-changing, 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 life-changing? I want to hear it. Are you ready for number 4? But did you enjoy this effectiveness code, right? So you need to put that code in your own life. And you need to also understand that code in other people's life. The two has to happen. You need to understand the code in your own life. Put that code for yourself. You need to also understand that code for other people, so that you don't get angry unnecessarily, thinking people are just being unreasonable, thinking people are just hating you. It's not, because you're just going to go so personal. You're just going to be so emotional about everything, and you're going to lose out. Right? And I've seen people who have thrown away those who should have changed their lives. They threw these people away just because they don't understand their own personal effectiveness code and the effectiveness code that other billionaires have set, or other mentors have set, other people have set in their lives, that you shouldn't take it personal and be angry. It's just how it works. Let me give you an example. There's one of my mentors. True story. I'm not kidding you. It was during his birthday, and I sent some gifts to him, cash and and cow. I do that a lot. A lot of people admire when they are doing their birthday, I just send a whole cow, let them take to their house, and this is right, and sometimes I add a gift, a cash gift, and all of that. And this, my mentor wanted to call back to thank me. Can I shock you? The hours he can only call back to say thank you is between 12:30 a.m. and 2:30 a.m. I missed the call between 12:30 a.m. and 2:30 a.m. I'm sorry, even though he is grateful that I brought him a gift, I have missed the opportunity to hear that thank you. I'm not kidding you. That is his effectiveness code. That is the time, his chance to make calls that are, family related, personal related. Every other time he's busy working. Now, if you don't understand that, you will say, I sent a whole cow to somebody. I even sent money on top. He didn't even, thank me. He's not calling me 1 a.m. to say what? What's even the meaning of that? And there is no way you can call 10 a.m. or 12 noon and he's going to pick that call. You have to, if you miss that 12:30 to 2:30, you have to wait for another day, 12:30 to 2:30. Are you learning, guys? If you're learning, type I'm learning. So I need you to know this, because many of those God will use to change your lives. Let me also tell you this. You most likely cannot become a billionaire until you have been able to have billionaires as mentors. Bill Gates will tell you Warren Buffett is his mentor. In case you don't know, go and Google it. Even Mark Zuckerberg has Michael Dell as a mentor. Michael Dell as a mentor. All these guys, all these tech guys have mentors. In fact, Les Brown was telling me the name of his mentor. Even Les Brown. Yes, #1 speaker in the world. The mentor, I don't even know the mentor's name. The man may not be the #1 speaker, but that is the guy that has been able to set him straight and say, you can do it less. So you see a Les come and blasting and motivating you. There is somebody who is the mentor encouraging him. But the rule again is you can't get to where you need to be without having this kind of people who are operating at that level. And if you don't let go all this, because you have not structured your life, right? You get all this angry, and when you meet people who have structure, you think they are proud, you think they are arrogant, you think what's wrong with them, why are they this way? You need to understand that is how it works. Are you ready for number 4? Come on, if you're excited, type I'm excited. I'm Dr. Stephen Akita, Africa's most sought after investment coach, entrepreneur. I started our business 13 years ago as a registered company with just $10, grown to multi-million-dollar corporation in US, UK, Dubai, Nigeria. We're a multi-billionaire real estate company in Nigeria with currently more than 20 estates, and God has been faithful. And I have a new mission. And by the way, this is a book. I don't know if you're happy to know this is a book. It's called the Billionaire Habit Book. The Billionaire Habits Book. I don't know if you're happy about that. The Billionaire Habits Book. And the pre-launch copy is available. You can order for it. It takes 2-3 weeks to get it. But the pre-launch copy of this book is available, where you can get the book. And we're adding the audio bonus, as we're giving you a couple of bonus. We're adding the audio as a bonus for you. We're adding the video as a bonus for you. Yes. And then you still get the hardcover copy, and I'll personally sign the copy for you. So you can go right now and go sign up to be among the few lucky people who qualify to get the pre-launch copy. We're launching the book on the 1st of May with Dr. Les Brown, with Dr. John Maxwell, with Ryan Sarhan. It's a loaded, or hopefully also with Grant Cardone. So guys, this is a movement, y'all. It's a movement. So you want to go order. Yeah, once you pay for the paper bag of the book, you will be getting bonus, the audio version and the video version, as a gift, right? That I'm giving as a gift. You're not even paying for it. But the reason why I'm giving you that as a gift is because you are pre-ordering it before the launch. Now, on the day of the launch, The audio version is going for, I think, $97. The video version is going for $147, right? But you will be getting all that free, okay, if you are ordering the paperback pre-launch copy now, today. So are you ready for number 4? Number 4 is the spiritual code. Can you type spiritual code of billionaires? Come on, everybody type the spiritual code of billionaires. First of all, I want you to know that unlike your popular belief, most billionaires are not Christians or Muslims. Most billionaires do not even believe God exists. I need to know that. They do not even believe there is God. So you need to break, and this is why many of us from Africa struggle, because we have had this background that I need to only be, spiritual in our own definition of spiritual to be rich. I told you how an average African thinks that money is mythical. Average African even think that a lot of rich people must have done some rituals, right? Average, not all, but there's that dimension of it. Now, those who don't think there is something mythical, like African Americans, they then think that there's something corrupt, something illegit. They must have taken advantage of the system. They must have, government must have given them undue advantage, like the young man saying that Dangote got undue advantage from federal government. But what that young man didn't know was that Dangote was already a millionaire before any deal with government. The same way with Stephen Akintayo. A day will come where Stephen Akintayo real estate company, we need to start building houses for state governments. And guess what? Someone like the young man who spoke last time will say, oh, don't mind Stephen Akintayo. He made his money because state government gave him land for free. Do you see why you need to change your thinking? Okay? The reality that the young man talking was that before Dangote ever even knew any governor or president, his uncle had even given him 500,000 naira to start doing business. And the first 5 years he had refunded the money. He was already doing business with Coca-Cola of Nigeria, importing sugar for them, and several other multinationals before he got to the dimension where government was not doing business with him, which you call B2G. Right now, Stephen Akintayo doesn't do B2G. We're not really into government in real estate yet. But a time will come, the government will even be the one to beg us to say, we've seen how you've done B2B, B2C. Can you come and start doing things? And they're even begging. So many times, you don't know the story, there is even government begging some entrepreneurs because they couldn't do it. They don't have the capacity. The day I met Femi Falana, he was saying to me, he said, Stephen, why not, start doing work for government? I said, sir, this is why we're bringing you on board to be one of our board of advisors. You know these government people. I don't know them, right? And these government people, I don't like their bureaucracy. Most of these people are your friends. You can talk to them and say, hey, my mentee has a business. Let's, And he said, the reason why it's people like you that can help Nigerian government is because they don't have the capacity to build estates. Even for their staff, even for government workers, they don't have the capacity. If they do it, it's just all going to be corruption. They will give it to their cronies, and the whole thing will never be done. So, in future, if government begins to give Stephen Akintayo a project to say, let's do JV, somebody will sit down in the corner and say, don't mind him, they will all claim they have money. While he doesn't even know I was already a billionaire in Nigerian naira before even taking any government projects, right? So we need to understand that. But we need to know that the key spiritual code that I've seen that is general with all billionaires, whether they believe there's God, they don't believe there's God, they are Christians, like John D. Rockefeller, who is the first American billionaire in dollars, whether they are not Christians at all, whether they are Muslims, whether they are not Muslim. The first billionaire code, spiritual code I've discovered with all of them, and including myself, is called peace. Can everybody type peace? Come on, I want to type peace, peace, peace like a river. I have done my research far and wide, and I discovered that this is what they use. They do not do something they don't have peace on. They just don't do it. Sometimes they have all the money to do it, but they just don't have the peace. So, and until they get peace about that project, they're not going to do it. Now, let me tell you the difference, because sometimes people think peace means there's no confrontation. Sometimes people feel peace means there is no enemy. No, that's not what peace means. Peace means that in the midst of enemies, right, you're just calm. Internally, you are relaxed that you should do that thing. I bought a property where I had to take military men, right, to literally get hold of that property because of the Omunile, and you know how land grabbers behave in Nigeria. But you know, I still had peace of mind, even though there was contention on that property and I needed literally to use muscle to get the land we've paid for. But I had peace. Internally, I had peace. Even while all that was going on, I was excited on my inside. I just knew this was the right place. And it was one of the best estates we've ever had. So because sometimes people think that when there is confrontation, when there is challenge, and this is where people miss it, all open door is not God's door. That there is no confrontation does not mean you have peace. That nobody is even fighting you over that property, over that investment, over doing that business, does not even mean it's the right thing to do. Sometimes something in you is just not okay. You can't figure it out. You can't pinpoint it. You can't even say this is exactly what it is. But you just don't have peace. You just don't have peace. And it's important to understand that dimension. So when I want to take an investment, because people say, how do you dare do investment? 200 million, 500 million, 1.2 billion. Those are the kind of investment we make in real estate now. So why do I do that? And by the way, some of these transactions, I'm not even in Nigeria when we close those deals. And somebody will wonder, why am I not even in Nigeria? I'm not even in Nigeria because I want peace. I want to go somewhere quiet and check whether I have internal peace about that transaction we want to do. Right? Because a lot of time in Nigeria, there's so much work that I'm not even able to withdraw back, right? And have time for myself and just be alone and review it and meditate and internally get that peace that says, go ahead, do it. And many times, some of the most confrontational projects were the ones I even got peace of mind to say, go ahead. And what happened is that, what does that peace mean? It's telling you that you win at the end of the day. This thing is still going to be yours at the end of the day. No matter how it looks. I remember one of our property, I don't want to go into some details because some are sensitive, right? But I just had peace. Everybody told me no. Our first estate, I took people there. It was all water. Water. So I took everybody that went there said, no, I'm sorry. It's a good place. People already living there. But the kind of money is going to cost you to develop this place, Stephen, this will sink you. But guess what? I just had peace. I had peace. I had peace. Ladies and gentlemen, I just had peace about that project. It was just, I couldn't explain it to them. That something in me, deep inside, was peaceful. Something in me just says, this is it. This thing is a good deal to do. Something in me just was calm. I don't know. I couldn't explain it to them. But I know that I had peace. I just knew it. There was peace. Many of them couldn't understand. But guess what? It's still the best estate that we have today. Right? If I were renaming it, we're rebranding it now. In fact, it's going to be the first estate that will be having a river view. You literally some of the residents will be able to park their yachts in front of their house. So they can enter the estate by road or they can enter the estate by yacht. It's the only estate that has that unique feature. It's our only estate where you will be able to, from our estate with your boat, access all parts of Lagos. All parts. You can, from there, with the boat, access Badagry and come back to your house. From boat, access Victoria Island, and, drop at the jetty, go to your work, close. I mean, I had peace. As at the time we were to start this, all these aspects wasn't there yet. It wasn't there. All this, we could have a yacht, we could have our own private jetty, we could do this. All that wasn't there yet. We just saw water. We didn't know it was close to a river. We didn't know that that river leads to the lagoon. Right? All that wasn't there yet. Today, if I show you the picture of this estate, you're going to be like, wow, we've done road, we fenced it. It's just amazing. It's called Sapphire Estate in Ikorodu. Right? So, peace. Can everybody type peace, 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 peace? So, because I'm teaching people from different parts of the world, I'm teaching people with different religion beliefs, I'm not going to go too much into, I'm just focusing on certain spiritual code that can be general, right? By the way, I'm a Christian. I'm a proud Bible-believing Christian. I'm a Christian not because I'm righteous, I'm a saint, because again, there's that religion that Christians practice. I'm a spiritual person, right? I'm not religious with all this who is righteous, who is more noble, who fasts the most, who pray the most. No. But trust me, I have a relationship with my Maker. I hear him, and he hears me. And when you meet him, ask him. We have good relationship. Okay? So, because a lot of people have disturbed me with all this, tell us your spiritual code, right? And I tell them, if I tell you, you ain't going to believe me, because what you want me to tell you is that I fast, 200 times a day. I pray 20 hours a day. Can I tell you another spiritual code I use is meditation? There's no single day I don't meditate for at least 2 hours a day. I meditate. I think. That's another spiritual code I use. I'm a thinker. Okay? I'm a thinker. I think. Listen, you don't understand. You're a spirit. That's why even the Bible talks about the fact that there is a spirit in man. The inspiration of the Almighty giveth it understanding. For your spirit to be in tune with God's spirit, you need peace, you need calmness, you need meditation, you need time to be alone, you need relationship with whatever supreme being that you believe in. Okay? Whether it's the universe, you call it, whether it's Jesus, whether it's Muhammad, whether it's Buddha, you need calmness to be in tune. That's why when God created man, he put him in the garden. And what was there in the garden is serenity. It was fellowship with God every day. Okay? And that is powerful. So, couple of 3 spiritual code I use. One is peace of mind. I'm not going to do something if I don't have peace about it, even if I have all the money to do it. I always seek quiet time to be alone, and I'm just meditating about that thing and checking whether there's peace. Number 2 is meditation. I'm big on meditation. Number 3 is relationship with your Maker, being spiritual and making sure you want to hear the Spirit, whatever that Spirit is. Okay? And you can hear and you can be certain. Now, this is not the righteousness talk. Go and meet your pastor to tell you that. I'm not here to teach you all this. Let me tell you this, billionaires are not the most righteous human beings, but I can tell you many of them will make heaven. Oh, jeez. They will. You're going to be shocked. And can I tell you how I know? Can I tell you how I know? Jesus said it. Jesus said it. Abraham was a rich man. He was wealthy in cattle, in silver, in gold. And Abraham made heaven. Yes, he made heaven. Jesus saw him. Oh, you shock? Oh, you surprised? Oh, your belief is that rich man ain't going to make heaven. Well, the first rich man that Jesus mentioned, in fact, the first man that Jesus mentioned that he saw was Abraham. And can I shock you? The first poor man that Jesus talked about that made heaven was still houseboy to Abraham, the rich man. Wake up. Poverty doesn't make you holy. So is money. Come on, I feel like preaching. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You guys should give me a mic now. You choke, eh? Clean blood, say choke. Now let's go. Come on, I feel like preaching. Yes. What title do we give me? The Archbishop, right? Oh, which one? Come on. So are you learning, guys? So it's important because this is where many of us have missed it. Religion has come in and bastardized this whole thing. Give you all those, you know, the poor man, you know, went to heaven, and then the rich man told Lazarus, the poor, give me water, you know, and you forgot to remember that he said Lazarus was where? Where? Abraham's bosom. Bosom. What does that mean? Bosom can be boys' quarters. Bosom can be guest house. Okay? Are you hearing? So, Abraham the poor, right? Come on. You forgot that Abraham was the first person that was talked about. His wealth, his success. Abraham was so rich that his staff, children, were more than 300, and he turned them to soldiers. That's how rich a man is. A man is so rich that the children that were born in his house, right, were more than 300, and he turned them to soldiers. That's how rich a man. You know what that means? That's a city now. A man literally was rich that come on. So don't let anybody deceive you with all this. If your poverty is holiness, poverty does not mean holiness. So is money. That you are poor does not mean you make heaven. That you are rich also doesn't mean you make heaven. Make that decision by yourself to be good, to be in tune with your maker. And let me tell you this, and this will shock you also, that being righteous does not mean you don't sin. Being righteous simply means you're willing to ask for forgiveness and do all you can not to do it again. That's what being righteous means. Right? So we come up with religion and it's messed many of us up. Bred poverty everywhere. But I don't want to go into that. Like I said, you want more spiritual code, go meet your pastor. I'm not your pastor. You don't pay me tithe. You don't pay me offering. Don't give me the job that's not mine. Right? The day you pay tithe and offering there, maybe we can squeeze in. You can see Bishop Stephen come out. Yeah, you can see Archbishop or Primate Stephen come out. But right now you don't pay tithe, you don't pay offering. That dimension you ain't gonna see. Okay? Are you ready for number 5? If you're ready for number 5, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on. Okay? If you're ready, type I'm ready, I'm ready. So number 5 code is called the Mentorship Code. And we're gonna end it here. And I'm still, later in this book, still going to talk a lot more about this mentorship, because it's just that one thing, you know, that if you can figure out, you just cannot fail, right? If you just figure out the mentorship code, right? And all through this book, you're going to see a whole lot of conversation around mentorship code. Can everybody type mentorship code? Come on, everybody, type mentorship code. For those of you just joining us, I'm Dr. Stephen Akintayo, Africa's most sought after investment coach, serial entrepreneur. I started a business. Come on, I need to pull off this jacket, man. This is serious talk. I started a business 13 years ago as a registered company. I've been in business since a teenager anyway, before 13 years. But 13 years we became a registered company. And, started small, really, really small. I can tell you that. We started our business very small. And with about $10, 1,000 Nigerian naira. And we've since grown it to multi-million-dollar corporation with office in US, UK, Nigeria, and Dubai. We are one of the largest real estate company in Nigeria, multi-billion Nigerian naira property asset. And there's a lot to teach, right? So are you ready? Mentorship Code. By the way, I want to share this video 50 times on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. Don't be greedy. Don't be selfish. My mission is to mentor 10 million millionaires, particularly of African descent, right? I want to see them succeed, right? I believe racism can only end, okay, when there is income equality between black, yellow, green. And the only way to have income equality in the world is the mind, renewal of the mind. That's where it starts from. The mind has to be renewed. If you're going to have income equality, the mind has to be renewed. Honestly, the mind has to be renewed. If the mind ain't renewed, you ain't going to have that income equality that we're talking about. The mind has to be renewed. So that's just the reality of how this works. So mentorship code basically means that every single billionaire that I have met has a mentor. Every father has a father, and the father gives him feather to fly. Let me say that again. Every father has a father, and the father gives him feathers to fly. Every, billionaire I've met, one of their mentorship code is that they will never do a business without a mentor or a partner who is already successful in that business to guide them. Let me say it again. They will never do a business without a mentor or a partner who is ahead of them in that business to mentor them. This is why poor people fail in business, in wealth creation. They always feel, I do not need a father. But I'm yet to see somebody who gave birth to themselves. Even Jesus Christ of Nazareth was born through a woman and was still given a biological father. Every father has a father, and that father gives him feathers to fly. So if you see anyone who is flying, they have fathers. Martin Luther King, I think it was Martin Luther King Jr. that said, if I have seen father, it's because I've climbed on the shoulders of those who have gone ahead of me. I climb on their shoulders and I peep, and I'm able to see deeper. I can see ahead. I can structure ahead. I can plan ahead. Listen, when you have a mentor, a 20-year journey is going to be cut into 6 years. What took me 13 years to achieve, if I'm your mentor, you can achieve it in 5 years. That is how success works. When you have mentors, you cut short the journey. You cut short the journey. If there is any shortcut to success, it is mentorship. Oh, I feel good. I must write that down. Quotable quote by Stephen Akintayo. If there is a shortcut, oh, I feel good, man. Shortcut to success. It is via mentorship. Oh, deep. How many of you have gotten value in today's class? If you've gotten value, type, I got value, I got value, I got value, I got value. If you got value in today's class, can you type, I got value? I learned something. My life has changed. I got value. I'm impacted. I've learned. Come on, express yourself. I've taught you the principle of honor. I've taught you the principle of honor and how that makes for greatness. Okay? That makes for greatness. The principle of honor. So I'm going to take questions from you guys. A couple of things quickly. Many of you have been asking, how do you buy the book? How do you buy the pre-launch copy of the book? So to buy the book, you visit www.stephenakintayo. /billionaire habits. www.stephenakintayo.com/billionaire habits. The habit has an S. Okay? So you go and make sure that you sign up. If you are signing up today, you're going to be getting bonus of the audio version, which is worth $97 free. You're also going to be getting the bonus of the video version, which is $147 free. And it's going to be delivered to your house anywhere in the world. I'm going to be signing it. The book is going to be launched on 1st of May. You will get it before 1st of May, anywhere you are in the world. Make sure you write your address perfectly well so that they don't miss your address when trying to get the book ahead to you. I'm going to take questions. I can see a lot of prayers. Tochuku Anum says, I got value. I'm going to like you by the grace of God Almighty or something. Francis says, you amaze me. I know for sure that I will directly be mentored by you. Well, by the way, I mentor, but it's expensive. It's $10,000 average mentorship program I run. Gideon says, sir, I'm downloading all of you into my mind. Okay, why not? Go download the book. Sign up ASAP. God bless you, sir. You're welcome. That is from Ebuchulom. Bumi Osage says, how can I get the book? Go sign up right now. www.stephenakintayo.com/billionaire habits. I've just pinned it on this video. You can see on your screen, you see it pinned. www.stephenakintayo.com/billionaire habits. By the way, this is a movement. It's a movement. We're having t-shirt, face cap, all stuff for this. Okay, all stuff for this. Ibrahim says, there's a shortcut to success. If there's a shortcut to success, it's via mentorship. Absolutely. Okay, I have Malcolm X Idris says, Dr. Stephen, God will keep you alive for many, many years. Amen. Oh, gosh, I wish your children are so grown already to keep building this great empire you are building for generations to generation. I pray God give them the wisdom and understanding to keep the empire bigger. Amen. Judy says, how much is the book? Go to the website. Why ask these kind of questions? Go to the website. Fortunato says, what will I do to have you as my mentor and for you to help me link up, other subject matter? Well, mentorship, there are two ways to get a mentor. You either pay or you serve. You either pay, and it's also in this book. I've taught a lot about it. You either pay or you serve. There are people who are working in our organization just because they wanted to be mentored by me. It's not about the salary. They just wanted their life to take a new turn. And many have had testimony. I know somebody who works in our organization, beaten, battered. Beaten, battered. And things are turning around. So, and the person said, it's not about the money. I just want to work, for free. Many of them, of course, don't come to me. If that's the case, go to HR. I don't handle recruitment. The HR handle. We have a different company that handle recruitment for our company. So if you even want that, don't come and start sending me DM, employ me. No. And by the way, we're not soliciting for people to work. But my point is that there are two ways. You either serve a billionaire to become wealthy and build that culture, or you pay. So I have coaching program, $20,000, $10,000. Sometimes I give discount when I see seriousness. Some people I give them, $8,000 off. I have coaching in Forex, how to make money from Forex, how to make money, another coaching, how to make money from cryptocurrency. A young man after going through my video training, from investing $1,000 grew to $150,000 in crypto through my coaching, my mentorship. So I also run mentorship in real estate. I also run mentorship in how to become a speaker and author. I've written 35 books. They're all on Amazon. You can make cool money buying those books and learning. And so many stuff, right? So I run several coaching programs, and you can sign up for them. Let me see if there are more questions. I thank you all for thanking me, right? Thank you all for thanking me. I just want you to use these things, right? What will get me more excited to do more of this? I want to hear your testimony, right? And some of you just need to take this relationship to the next level. Some of you can start by buying the book now, right? That's where you start that relationship. Because now you get opportunity to get the audio and the video. Because some of you may not even have time to read the book, but the audio and the video will do you more good. Some of you may be able to afford, the coaching. Go pay, call my office and ask them, I want to join, which of the coaching program are available, and they will tell you, you can join. T-Boy says, I can't wait to be one-on-one. Absolutely. Life is in phases, many and sizes. You start with the book, and you can grow. Kenja says, please, how can I get the book? Go to the website. The book will be sent to you anywhere in the world. Just visit the website, www.steveactel.com/billionaire habits. Sign up. The book will get to you anywhere in the world. Okay, Sam is also asking, how can I sign up? I'm just giving you the link. Okay, www.stevenakintayo.com/billionaire habit. Visit that website. Go to that website. Okay, and use your card and you can pay for the book. Okay, it's going to be launched on the 1st of May, but when you are part of the pre-launch offer, you will get the opportunity to get other bonus. So the bonus we're giving is about $200 worth of bonus for being part of the pre-launch. Okay, so go to the, stop asking me how much. Go to the website. It's been pinned. www.stevenakintayo.com/billionaire habits. So stop asking how much is the book. Go to the website. It's $47. Go to the site. I've mentioned how much. Isaac K says, thank you for your teaching, boss. I need a contract. I'm a civil engineer. So and you think this way to ask me for a contract? You think that's how they do it? Go and do your research. Stop being lazy. Okay? Hard work code. Oh yeah, let's add it. Hard work code. Hard work code. Right? Do your research. Hard work code. Billionaires always do their research about individuals, about business opportunities. They do their research. You want contract from my company? What's even the name of my company? Yeah, talk to me. Oh yeah, the man that say he wants. What's the name? What's their website? What's the social media handle? Because if you go to the social media handle, you're going to see a vacancy right there calling for contractors. I do not handle contracts. I told you now. I just told you how the effectiveness code. I'm not effective being the one shortlisting contractor. I can't be effective that way. Somebody handles that. So find out what's the name of the company. Go to their social media and go to their website. This is how some of us just get lazy. Billionaires are hard workers. They do mental work, research. They will pieces the individual. The day you're meeting the person. When I met Dr. Les Brown, I was mentioning his codes. You mentioned this code. He said, yeah, that's my code. That's what gets them excited. That's what gets them excited. You've done your research. If you have done your research, what you're going to probably say, send me a message and say, I applied to your company without even knowing you, without you knowing me, and they gave me the job. Thank you for the kind of business you're building. That's how you're supposed to be, bro. So if you know the name of the company, why didn't you go to the handle? Okay, what's the name of the social media handle? What's the name of the website? And by the way, the company is not GTEX. The company is GTEX Homes. And what's the name of the social media handle? Okay, what's the name of the social media? Have you got to the social media handle? Because if you do, all these things are there, right? We always, when we have job available contracts. We're building 1,000 houses this year. So we are calling for contractors. Okay, we are in fact urgent. Not only should you apply, invite your friends. We're looking for, as I speak to you, 1,000 contractors right now, because we want to give some of them 2 buildings, 3 buildings, 5 buildings, 4 buildings, some 20, depend on their capacity. But they must have people who have capacity. They have the capital to be able to execute the projects. But that's you need to know where to direct quite certain things. Okay. Sam says, I'm a motivational speaker and I want to be mentor on how to. Why not? I could mentor how to be a public speaker, how to author books, but again, it's $10,000. You can call my office. There's a bonus for all of you watching me. I could give you a bonus, $8,500 off. Right? So if you're really serious, call the office on this number. Just call my booking manager. Okay. Let me see the number. Tell her I said she should give you the $8,500 discount. Okay. So call her. $8,500 discount on the coaching program on being a speaker. There's the one on real estate, how to be a real estate. There's on several aspects. Okay. So Samuel Kageti says, from Kenya, I'm determined to follow the process. I'm new here. Thank you a lot. Wow, good to know. Any question as we wrap up for today? Any question, guys? Any question? Let me see. Francis say, oh, great, 10K is not even enough for this direct wisdom. I may not have 10K USD, but I have determined. I know in my heart deeply that I will directly be mentored by you. Why not? So start with the $47. Order the book. Get all the materials. It's just $47. Start there. Let me share the story with you. The first thing I got from people like Les Brown, Dr. John Maxwell, was not one-on-one meeting. What I got from them was their book. I buy a book of $47. I buy their online program, $200, $1,000, $2,000. That's how I started. And gradually today, God has helped me to a point where I have one-on-one relationship with some of them. And I'm able to now even pay them to speak for me. And I'm able to afford to pay them a lot. Some of these people charge $70,000 to have somebody to speak for somebody. $70,000. Okay? So Fortunati says 8,500 is massive in Naira. I'm saying I'm giving you $8,500 discount off. Okay, you are getting $8,500 off. Somebody says it's massive. Well, that's why you need to start at your level. You can't afford $8,500 start at your level. But for those of you who are serious, you can pay $1,500. Call the office. But by the way, if you can't afford, go on YouTube. Start at your level. Life is in phases. Men are in sizes. You leave your size part-time. Okay? Somebody said, I'm in Maryland. I'm fortunate to meet you. I don't understand what you mean by that. I don't meet for free. My free is here on YouTube, on Facebook, free. After that, you want anything else, you pay for it. If you're already a student of my coaching program and I'm in your city, why not? I'll be glad to meet you. But you're not yet a student of my coaching program. You need to understand what I call the price code. Yeah, let me add that. Bonus again, price code. You must pay the price for anything of value. Can everybody type price code? Billionaires use what we call price code, which is that they understand that you must pay the price for anything of value. Else, even when you get the value, you can't monetize it. Let me say that again. You must pay the price for anything of value. Else, when you even get the value, you cannot monetize it. So I give you an example. I am having to pay, okay, to have access to certain mentors that I've been following for more than 10 years, right? Now, because it costs me a lot of money, I'm already monetizing what I learned from them. So, for example, some of them I learned how to speak. I came up with my own speaking program, because imagine somebody charged me, right, $20,000 for e-commerce. I had no choice than to go and put together my own e-commerce program, and I charged people money, and I was able to make back my money. But if that person agreed to meet me for free without even charging me, now I will not even be thinking of how I can make money teaching other people how to make money from e-commerce. Because again, I didn't get it for much. So billionaires have built the cultures, right, of paying the price. There's nothing. I want discount. By the way, I'm always meeting these guys. I want discount. I told Les Brown I need discount for him to speak for me. Yeah. But I was the one that said I want to pay. I've never met any of these guys, and I'm telling them, I'm not even waiting for them to say pay. I will write, when I write them, I say, I want to pay. I add it to it. I want to pay. Not only that, I want us to put something together that we can both make money. So that is why I'm not able to learn how to monetize what I'm learning from them. Because if I had gotten it for next to nothing, all I will do is paparazzi. Hey, see me and Dr. Stephen Akintaya. Hey, see me now. We're on billion level. How does that add value to you? How does that change anything? Some of you have been watching me for 1 year. Nothing has changed. 2 years, nothing has changed. 3 years, nothing has changed. Because you have not paid. If you pay, there is no way you will not monetize what you've learned from me. Because it costs you something. It costs you something. You monetize it. Your mind is already saying, no, it costs. I spent a lot to learn this thing from this man. I want to find a way to make sure that it's monetized, right? So I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you so much for being part of my journey. And thank you for being part of this book. The URL to follow is Dr. S. Akintayo. Okay, Dr. S. Akintayo on Instagram. My Instagram is on fire. There's a whole lot of value that I'm dispensing on my Instagram. Go right now and follow me on Instagram. Also subscribe for my YouTube channel. Even if you don't have money to pay anything, go to that YouTube channel, okay, and learn. There's a whole lot on YouTube channel. So subscribe to the YouTube channel today. I've done over 2,000 videos there that's changing your life, opening you up on how to build wealth. And you want to take advantage of it. Last question, brain box. I was building my first 2-bedroom. Then I figured out the place isn't that developed enough to get it rent out. And I can't even live there for now. So I decided to put it on hold and put the money on other business where I can make daily profit. But my uncle, who was helping me to monitor the project, thinks I didn't make the right decision. So do you think I've made the right decision? It's a right decision as long as nobody will be able to take that land from you when you abandon it. So you have to be sure. Maybe you fence the land round and you're sure that nobody's going to take the land from you. But it's a good decision to focus on. But I would still advise that you should still find a way to invest in another land. And what you should do is called land banking. Some of you focus on all this land banking. Buy from estates, right? If you're dealing with credible estate like ours, you don't even need to protect the estate because we protect it for you. So what you should do is called land banking, where you are having that unique opportunity for the property to be protected, and you leave it for a while for it to grow. And once the property has grown and the appreciation level has grown, at that point, you will then, of course, be able to take advantage of being able to sell it and then move to another place, invest in another place. So those are the structures that you want to put in place, okay? But real estate is still very secure. So I think one of the aspects your uncle may be coming from is that nothing is as secure as real estate. And so just quitting real estate and doing all these other games, which can crash at any time, may not be a wise decision. But quitting that one and leaving it for land banking so that in future you sell it and looking for another place in the area that is even more developed, that you can still do more land banking, till you're able to have enough money to start doing proper rental business, right? But again, join my coaching program. I run a coaching program on real estate, and it's just going to be life-changing for you. Love you. Good night, everybody. Good morning, right? It's afternoon, actually, in Maryland. So good afternoon. Love you all. Bye-bye.